Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever Liberty Center Association for the Arts Quarantine Theater. Today we would like to present to you Much Ado About Nothing. Act 1, Scene 1.
I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Senor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars?
He hath done good service in these wars, and a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
I see, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squarer now that will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence. Oh, God help the noble Claudio if he have caught the Benedict.
You will never run mad, niece.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good Signor Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no, for then you were a child.
Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she hath such meet food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God, in my cold blood, I am of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape the predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo, hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn.
Don John, let me bid you welcome. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please it your grace, lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
You question me, as an honest man should do, for my simple true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, of faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise, and too little for great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that were she other than she is, she were unhandsome.
Thou thinkest I am in sport? I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow? You have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Shall I never see a bachelor and 80 again? Go to. Look, Don Pedro is returning to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's?
I would, your grace, would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear Count Claudio, on my allegiance. He is in love. With who? With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, she is worthy, that I know.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But all other women shall pardon me, because I will always live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Well, if thou dost ever fall from this faith, thou will prove a notable argument. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's. Commend me to him and tell him I will not fail him at supper.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I leave you.
My liege, your highness, now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it, but how?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon Hero with a soldier's eye, but now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their place vacant. In their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is.
If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and her father, and thou shalt have her. Look, what will serve is fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. In practice, let us put it presently.
In scene 1, begin scene 3.
What the good ear, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. It must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Enough of this. What news, Baraccio?
I came yonder from a great supper, and can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve any model to build mischief on?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
How came you to this?
As I was lurking in a musty room, that young upstart hath all the... Comes the prince and Claudio, and there heard agreed upon that the prince should woo for Count Claudio.
This may prove food for my displeasure. That young upstart hath all the glory. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You are sure and will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
Let us to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater that I am subdued. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
I'll wait upon your lordship.
In Scene 3, end Act 1. Begin Act 2, Scene 1.
How tartly Count John looks. I can never see him, but I am heartburned an hour after. He's of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedick. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other evermore tattling.
Then half Signor Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedick's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world.
By my troth, niece, thou will never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Just if God send me no husband.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. No, uncle, I'll none.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Make good room. All put on their masks.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you look sweetly, so you walk softly, and look sweetly, and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so, if I please. And I like your favor, for God defend the lute should be like the case.
Speak low, if you speak love.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one.
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. The clerk is answered.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No. You shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful. Well, this was Signor Benedick that said so.
What's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Not I. Believe me. I pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do, he'll but break a comparison or two on me.
The ladies follow Hero, and but one visor remains.
That is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedick?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near your brother, to his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for her birth. For you may do the part of an honest man.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. He swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all of other things, save in the office and affairs of love.
Come, will you go with me to the next willow, for Prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her. I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like a blind man.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl, now will he creep into the sedges, but that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me, the prince's fool. It may be I go under that title because I'm merry.
Now, senor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren.
What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy, who being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
Wilt thou make trust a transgression?
Yet it had not been amiss the rod had been made, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
Oh, I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
If your singing answer your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel with you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
She misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me nothing, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thaw. Indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows that.
Look, here she comes.
Will her grace command me any service to the world's end? I will fetch you a toothpicker now from the furthest inch of Asia, rather than hold 3 words, conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh, God, sir. Here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord, he lent it me a while. Once before he won it of me with false dice.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true, though his conceit be false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace has made the match, and I say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let not him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart. Oh, good Lord for alliance. Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry hi-ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
To be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's little of the melancholy element in her. My lord, she is never sad but when she sleeps.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord. My lord, if they were married but a week, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord.
Not till Monday, Claudio. But the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict that he shall fall in love with Beatrice. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
In scene 1, begin scene 2.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in the favor of Margaret, the gentlewoman of Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonably instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
How? What life is that? What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio to a contaminated stale, such as a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero, and kill Leonardo.
To despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go them. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Bring them to see me at her chamber window, hear me call Margaret Hero, and there jealousy shall be called assurance.
Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
In scene 2, begin scene 3.
May I be so converted and see love with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Fair, or I'll never look on her. And her hair shall be of what color it pleases God. Oh, Prince and Monsieur Love, I will hide in the arbor.
See you all where Benedict hath hid himself? Come, Balthazar, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good my lord, tax not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Why, these are very crotchets that he speaks. Notes, forsooth, and nothing.
Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever, 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore, to one thing constant never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumps so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so, since summer first was leafy. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey nonny nonny.
By my troth, a good song. I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so. Farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today, that your niece, Beatrice, was in love with Signor Benedict?
It is most wonderful that she should be so doting on Signor Benedict.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner.
By my troth, she loves him with an enraged affection.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
I should think this a gull, but the old fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot hide himself in such reverence.
You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
He hath taken the affection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So your daughter says. Shall I, says she, that have so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
My lord, wisdom and blood combating in so tender a body, blood hath the victory. I am sorry for Beatrice.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have made her half myself. Well, I pray you, tell Benedict of it.
Were it good, you think?
He is a very proper, valiant man.
And so he is. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewomen carry.
This can be no trick. They seem to pity the lady. Love me. Why, it must be requited. I did never think to marry. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point.
I take no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. Any pains that I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not love her, I am a villain. I will go get her picture.
In Scene 3, end Act 2. Begin Act 3, Scene 1.
Good messenger, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper in her ear and tell her that I and Margaret walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower to listen to our purpose. This is thy office.
I'll make her come. I warrant you presently.
Now, Margaret, when Hero doth come, our whole talk must be only of Benedict. When I do praise him, let it be thy part to praise him ever more than man did merit. Now begin.
Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing. No, truly, Margaret, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as the haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madame?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them that if they loved Benedick, to wish him to wrestle with affection, and to never let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so?
God of love! I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice.
And therefore, certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport of it.
She would swear the gentleman should be her sister. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, sure, such carping is not commendable.
But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. She would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore let Benedick, like covered fire, consume away in sighs and waste inwardly. It were a better death than to die with mocks.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, no. Rather, I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedick.
He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
Be not angry with me, madame, speaking my fancy, Signor Benedick, for shape, for bearing, argument and valor goes foremost in report throughout Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it, ere he had it. She's limed, I warrant you. We have caught her, madame.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. And Benedick, love on. I will requite thee. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band.
In scene 1, begin scene 2.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
Oh, so say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Oh, there's no drop of blood in him touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Oh, draw it.
Hang it.
What, sigh for a toothache?
Well, everyone can master a grief, but he that has it.
There's no appearance of fancy in him. He is no fool for fancy, as you would have it appear he is.
Yet say I, he is in love.
The greatest note of it is in his melancholy.
Nay, but its jesting spirit, which is now governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? I must find Signor Leonato. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to share with him. You hobby horses must not hear.
For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
Tis even so, Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice.
My lord and brother, God save you. If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath helped to effect your ensuing marriage. Suit ill spent, and labor ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
I will not think it.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation. Where I should wed, there will I shame her.
I will disparage her no farther till you are my witnesses. Hear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
End scene 2. Begin scene 3.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity, but I should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh Oatcake, sir, or George Seacole, for they can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable.
You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrant men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
How if all will not stand?
Why then take no note of him, but let him go. And presently call the rest of the watch together, and thank God you are rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk, it is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why then wait until they are sober.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. The less you meddle or make with them, why the more it is for your honesty.
If we note him to be a thief, shall we lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will. Much more a man who has any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call the nurse and bid her still it.
How, if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying. For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it baws will never answer a calf when he bleats.
'Tis very true.
Well, masters, good night. And there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us sit here upon the church bench until 2, and then all to bed.
Let's hurrah!
Peace, stir not.
Sir, I say, stand thee close, and I will utter all to thee.
Ooh, some treason, masters.
No, I have earned of John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
Thou should rather ask if it were possible any villainy should be so rich.
I wonder at it.
I know that man, and has been a vile thief this 7 year.
Didst thou hear somebody?
No, 'twas the vane on the house.
Know that I have tonight wooed Margaret by the name of Hero. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee that how the prince, Claudio, and my master saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio. But the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret. Away went Claudio enraged, swore he would meet her the next morning at the temple, shame her with what he saw, and send her home without a husband.
We charge you, in the prince's name, stand!
Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
Masters.
Never speak. We charge you to go with us.
I am like to prove a goodly commodity, being taken up of these men's bills. Come, I'll obey you.
In scene 3, begin scene 4.
Troth, I think your other abato were better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth, 's not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the new tire excellently. If the hair were a thought browner, and your gown's a most rare fashion, in faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
By my troth, 's but a nightgown in respect of yours. Yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceeding heavy. Good morrow, cause.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why, how now? Speak you in the sick tune?
I am out of all other tune, methinks.
Claps and a light o' love, that goes without a burden. Do you sing it, and I'll dance it.
'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hi-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Well, there's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool, trow?
Nothing, but God send thee thy heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me, they're of an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell.
A maid and stuffed, there's goodly catching of a cold.
Oh, God help me. God help me. How long have you professed apprehension?
Ever since you left it. Doth not my wit become me rarely?
It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I am sick.
Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus and lay it to your heart.
There, thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you're in love. I know not.
pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Help me to dress, good coz, good Meg.
In scene 4, begin scene 5.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
What is it, my good friends?
Goodman Verges, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were, but in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living that is an old man, and no honester than I.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. We are but the poor duke's officers, but truly for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh?
Yea, for I hear good exclamation on your worship as of any man in the city.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight has taken as an errant a knave as any in Messina.
A good man, sir. A good old man, sir. He will be talking, as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out, God help us.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
The gifts God gives.
I must leave you.
Oh, one word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended one auspicious person, and we would have him this morning examined before your worship.
Take the examination yourself and bring it me. I'm now in great haste, as it may appear unto you. Fare ye well.
It shall be suffragets. Go, good partner, go. Get you to the jail. We are now to examination this man.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warrant you. Here's that shall drive some of them to a non-com. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
In scene 5, end act 3. Begin act 4, scene 1.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain form of marriage. You shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady.
No.
To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you, with free and unconstrained soul, give me this honorable woman, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness, all you that see her, that she were honorable by these exterior shows. But she is none. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth.
No, Leonardo, I never tempted her with words too large, but with bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
You seemed to me as Diane in her orb, but you were more intemperate in your blood than Venus.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, ere could I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
True? Oh, God!
Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face's hero? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me move one question to your daughter, and bid her answer truly.
Hero, I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
Oh, God, defend me! How I am beset! What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Hero herself can blot out Hero's virtue. What man was he talking with you yesternight, out of your window, betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Leonardo, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window.
Fie, their actions are not to be named, my lord. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them.
O hero, what a hero hadst thou been, but fare thee well. For thee I'll lock up the gates of love.
Come, let us go. These things come to light, smother her spirits up.
Why, how now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle. Hero, why, hero, uncle, Signor Benedict Friar.
Death is the fairest cover for her shame.
Oh, how now, cousin Hero?
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her?
Sir, be patient. For my part, I'm so attired in wonder I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night, I have this 12th month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Confirmed, oh, that is stronger made. Would the two princes lie? And Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears? Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little. Call me a fool if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. Thou seest that all the grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it.
Lady, what man is it that you are accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none. Father, prove you that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison for princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives with John the Bastard.
I know not, but if they wronged her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it, and they shall find awaked in such a kind both strength of limb and policy of mind to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while. Your daughter here, the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Hang mournful epitaphs and do all the rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Marry, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. When Claudio shall hear that she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and wish that he had not so accused her. And no, though he thought his accusation true, and if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
Is well consented. Presently away, come lady, die to live this wedding day. Perhaps it is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I loved nothing so well as you.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says, I love you not.
Why then, God forgive me. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Oh, that I were a man for his sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I'm engaged. I will challenge him. By this hand Claudio shall render me dear account. As you hear me, think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. So, farewell.
In scene 1, begin scene 2.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Which be the malefactor?
Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which is the offender that is to be examined? Let him come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let him come before me. What is your name, friend?
I am a gentleman, and my name is Baraccio.
Write down, Master Gentleman Baraccio. Master, do you serve God?
Yea, sir, I hope.
Write down that he hopes he serves God. And write God first, for God defend, but God should go before such a villain. Master, it is proved already that you are little better than a false knave. How answer you for yourself?
Marry, sir, I say I am none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Come hither, Sarah, a word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are a false knave.
Sir, I say to you, I am none.
Well, stand aside. For God, he is in a tale. Have you writ down that he is none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are his accusers.
Yea, let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you, in the prince's name, accuse this man.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call a prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Shh, pray thee, fellow, peace. I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady Hero wrongfully.
flat burglary as ever was committed.
Yea, by mass that it is.
What else, Philip?
And that Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly, and not marry her.
Oh, villain! Thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
That is all.
And this is more, master, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, and in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master Constable, let this man be bound and brought to Leonato's. I will go before and show him the examination.
Come, let him be opinioned.
Let him be in the hands.
Off, coxcomb! Away, you're an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down an ass. But masters, remember that I am an ass, though it not be written down. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass!
End Scene 2, end Act 4, begin Act 5, Scene 1.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee peace. I will be flesh and blood.
Yet bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There thou speak'st reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know. So shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Good den. Good den.
Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Some haste, my lord? Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you
Nay,
so hasty
do not,
now? Well, all is one.
Do not quarrel with us, old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lay low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou disassembler, thou. Nay, never lay a hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand, if it should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man. Never fleer and jest at me. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me that I, with the gray hairs and bruise of many days, do challenge thee to a trial of a man. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child, and she lies buried with her ancestors, framed by your villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daff me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou kill'st me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
We will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord,
I will not hear you.
No? Come, friar, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
How now, Signor Benedict? What news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You are almost come to part a fray.
We'd like to have had our two noses snapped off with an old man without teeth.
What thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we should have been too young for him.
Well, in a false quarrel, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. By this light, he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Now let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. My lord, for your merry courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackleard there, he and I shall meet. And until then, peace be with you.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you from the love of Beatrice.
And have challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
But Softu, did not he say my brother John was fled?
Come you, sir. If justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. Nay, and you be a cursing hypocrite once, you must be looked to.
How now? My brother's man, Baraccio, how now? Officers, what offense has this man done?
Marry, sir, he has committed false report. Moreover, he has spoken untruths. Secondarily, he is a slanderer. Sixth and lastly, he has lied a lady. Thirdly, he has justified unjust things. And to conclude, he is a lying knave.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no farther than to mine answer. I have deceived even your very eyes. These shallow fools overheard me confessing how Don John incensed me to slander the lady hero, how you were brought into the orchard and saw me courting Margaret in hero's garments. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison while he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled is he upon this villainy.
Come, bring away the plaintiff. By this time our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter, and masters do not forget to specify, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato, and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath has killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin.
To satisfy you, good sir, I would bend under any heavy weight you enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning come you to my house, and, since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is the heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow then I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all of this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul, she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me, but always hath been just and virtuous in anything I do know her by.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errand with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you this fellow on.
In scene 1, begin scene 2.
The God of love that sits above and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the world out of his right sense. So forcible is thy wit. Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me for which my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them altogether, which maintained so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you do?
Very ill too.
Sir God, love me and mend. There will I leave you too. Here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle. It is proved my lady Hero hath been falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
In scene 2, begin scene 4.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So were the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears.
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
And so am I, being else by faith and forced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, truth it is, good Signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That I, my daughter, lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her. But for my will is your goodwill, may stand with ours, this one day be conjoined in a state of honorable marriage, in which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the Prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Stand forth. Here's the friar ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give her you.
Give me your hand. I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
One hero died defiled, but I do live.
The former hero, the hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but while her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fair friar, which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin and Margaret are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her, for here is a paper written in his hand.
A miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace. I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I tell thee what, Prince, a college of witcrackers cannot flout me my humor. Come, we are friends. Let us have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our hearts and our wives' heels.
My lord, your brother John is taken in flight and brought back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers.
End scene 4, end act 5, end of play. We would like to give a very special thanks to the readers for today's production. Jan Boehner playing Dogberry, Richard Boehner playing Don John and Sexton, Chris Clark playing Don Pedro, Lucy Limke Clark playing Margaret in The Watchmen, Megan Drianis playing George Seacolt, Brad Henderson playing Benedict, Scott Holloway playing Leonardo, John Hopper playing Borachio, Carl Hutcherson playing Balthazar, Tyler Kempton playing Friar Francis, Danielle Knight playing Beatrice, Bart Coombs playing Vergis, Jeremy Lehman playing Claudio, and Chelsea Turner playing Hero. We would like to thank everyone for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this, please consider giving a donation to the Liberty Center. Please stay tuned for future installments of Liberty Center's Quarantine Theater, and stay safe, everybody.